Hey, what's up guys? My name is Matt with BZB Gear. Today we're going to be talking about a few little things today. But first of all, today might be a little bit of a shorter stream, mainly because it's just going to be me flying solo today. So unfortunately you guys don't get Joel or Florante or anybody else, so it's just going to be me. So hopefully you guys enjoy the content that I'm putting forward. But without further ado, let's actually go ahead and talk about the topic of today's live stream. And that is going to be extenders. So there are plenty of extenders out on the market, and there are very, very good reasons for why extenders exist out on the market. And that really comes down to just the fact that HDMI, it's a great standard, but the problem that you're going to run into when it comes to HDMI is that for the most part, you're only going to get about 50 feet on your cable run before you actually start running into problems with HDMI. So that's going to be where AV extenders come in, and that's why a lot of applications really benefit from extenders in general. So places like sports bars, churches, places where you might have a lot of TVs, a lot of displays where you need to show what is either being talked about on stage, like a university campus, and you need to get what is being recorded to monitors that might be more than 50 feet away from the source. So I think we'd be really remiss if we talked about extenders and didn't talk about HDBaseT. HDBaseT, just going to give a really quick overview about HDBaseT. Essentially, what happened with HDBaseT is there were 4 really big companies that kind of came together. There were actually 5, but one of them actually got bought out by Valens. So you have Valens, Sony, Samsung, and LG, who came together and they decided that there needed to be a standardization of what essentially like not extenders, but there needed to be a standardization for distribution of ultra high definition video, audio, Ethernet, control solutions, USB, and up to 100 watts of power over a single cable setup. So that's basically what HDBaseT is. It is a group of companies that are all really big in the audio video world who came together to establish that standard. So not only is it for all of those things, but it's typically over 100 meters up to 328 feet, and it helps to eliminate clutter of cabling. So basically, if you need something that is going to be able to cover long distances, HDBaseT is going to be the premier solution to get that. So you're really going to be looking for solutions when it comes to extenders that have HDBaseT if you want the premium option. So the way that HDBaseT works is it's not just something that somebody can slap on a product, right? So there's a certification program that you have to go through with HDBaseT. You essentially make your product and you have to submit it to the HDBaseT Alliance so that way they can certify it and make sure that that product is going to be meeting the standards. So speaking of extenders and HDBaseT, one of the things that we offer are a lot of extenders and amplifiers that actually have HDBaseT technology. And speaking of that, we have some new ones that are just coming out, and I believe our lead, excuse me, our technical support lead, Nathan Fox, actually just did a video on one of these new products. So without further ado, if you haven't seen this video, we're going to go ahead and roll it right now.
Hey Gearheads, Nate here from the tech support team. Welcome back to BZBTV. Today we're just going to be doing a little overview video of our BG E18. That's our 1x8 HDMI extender over Cat6 to receivers, to multiple displays. It's a really cool device. This is a great for environments like churches, sports bars, hospitals, casinos, wherever it may be where you have like one source you want to display on multiple displays. And this unit can support up to 150 meters over a 1080p 60 signal or 120 meters over a 4K 60 signal. So if you have 4K or 1080, you're good to go. That's a pretty long distance. Also, a major component of this unit is that it's supported by the HDBaseT technology. So you know you are getting a high quality signal and power over your category cables. So as you can see, it's a really easy setup. It's a 1x8, so you got one HDMI input from your source there and then 8 category cables out to the receivers. These receivers are POC, so it's power over cable. So these are actually powered up by the unit itself. So you can see on the back here, there is no power needed. There is a spot for it if you want to add additional power, but it's actually powered through the cabling from the transmitter. So it's a really easy for setup, installation, no extra power cords or anything. Really easy setup. As you can see, we have it already going. We have our little video about BZB gear displaying on our multiple TVs here. Obviously, you know, if you have a different setup, you're gonna have TVs all over the place, and so it's good for short range, long range, and it's very plug and play. This unit also supports digital and analog audio out to go to like an AV receiver, any external speaker system to get some, if you wanna run your own sound or anything, so it supports that as well. This unit, we actually have a 1x4, the BG UDA E14 as well. If you don't have as many displays, it's a 1x4 if you're just doing 4 TVs. So as you can see, like I mentioned, it's a really easy setup. Just plug and play, just have all your sources connected. Power is really simple, and so you're good to go. If you have any questions, feel free to leave in the comments below. We're here to support you. And don't forget to like and subscribe to videos like these, and also have a great day.
All right, and we're back. So that was just a quick look at our BG UDA series. That's specifically a splitter utilizing HDBaseT technology to help get those really long extensions on video and audio signals. Like we kind of said, the really great thing about these extenders is they allow you to not only just get the, for example, long distance transmission, so up to like say 328 feet, or even longer if you have like several hops to help chain those together. But you're also going to be able to get signal convergence of both your audio and video, as well as your controls, your USB, all over a single power cable. So that's going to eliminate clutter. It makes the installation super easy. They're typically fairly small units. It just usually is the transmitter and then receiver unit. So it just really helps build your infrastructure to where it makes it super easy to set up. It's very simple. All you really need is just either Cat5e, which HDBaseT will say they'll say Cat6 or above. Some you can get away with Cat5e, but it's recommended to go Cat6 or above. And these units are actually, like, when you look at it as far as the affordability of the units themselves, the unit might not be as cheap as you'd like it to be, but if you look into the cost of what would be associated to get cable to run the distances that you would like, that's where these really start becoming a whole lot more economical, because the longer the cable distances, the more expensive those cables get, especially when it comes to like powered HDMIs, stuff like that. So all of that to say, extenders can be a real big boon for certain industries like sports bars, universities, churches, especially for churches like really large churches. For example, I'm going to a church out here in Texas, and it's a fairly large church. They're doing 4 services a day, servicing obviously thousands of people at that church. So when it comes to a church like that, you might not be able to get everybody inside of the auditorium itself. So you might have a secondary location where you are also having that broadcast go. So you might actually just need an extender to go ahead and get the program feed and just run it to another building or an offshoot. So I think that pretty much covers most of everything that I can talk about regarding extenders. Like I said, we have a few brand new ones on the website. That UDA series is one of those new products that we were talking about. So I'd really love it if you guys went and checked that out. But for now, I'm going to just wait a few seconds and see if there are any questions or comments in the YouTube comment section. So if there are any questions or comments, I'd love to take a crack at answering those. But I unfortunately am not a wealth of knowledge when it comes to this stuff, but I do know enough to kind of help lead you in the right direction. And if I don't know the answer, we have a fantastic resource page on our website, BZB Gear. Actually, hold on. Let me double check that real quick. It is going to be bzbgear.com. So if you have any questions that I'm not able to answer, or I just didn't, you weren't able to ask in time, go to bzbgear.com. We have a solutions category on our website, and there is plenty of information on there, like professional AV solutions, live streaming solutions, anything like that. So feel free to check that out. But it does not look like we are getting any questions at this time. So thanks for tuning in, guys. My name was Matt, and we'll see you guys next time, hopefully with some guests. See you guys later.